Hello, everyone. Welcome to Fable Table, an actual play live stream focused on critical world building, collaborative storytelling, and finding the fun in games. I am your humble host, Jon Dungeonmaster, who is also kind. Welcome to Sins of Stormfire, our 5th beleaguered session. How are you, gamers?
Doing good, John.
I'm doing good. It was a good week. I got lots of I had a couple interviews. Got lots of time with my puppy. Made and ate some great food. Really good.
Good to hear.
Yeah.
Millman, I know we had a pre-show talking about how good we are, but I want to hear one specific thing that is good in your life right now. Tell me about it.
Yes.
God
And
damn.
I've had the normal day-to-day grind. Like
Mhm.
things have been fine. Like there's nothing bad. It's just nothing stood out that was amazing.
You know, that's fair. Coron,
I
also
like
known
being
as...
an NPC.
Oh, fuck.
I
You're
like-
an NPC?
Yeah, everybody's actually an NPC. You go to your day-to-day job, then you sit on the internet for a couple hours, then you go to bed, and then rinse and repeat. Like you're literally an NPC.
I suppose that is the case. But if life is just a bunch of meters and metrics we must fill until we eventually expire, I would prefer to call myself a protagonist. Coron, are you a protagonist this week?
No, I'm an antagonist as usual.
True, you fucking asshole. Plotting and planning, scheming and conniving. That's the Coron I know and love. Guys, what happened last time we met?
Well,
Bill?
Oh, go ahead,
You go.
Mel. Do you...
You go. No, you go. I remember things, and I'm probably going to miss a lot. So I think if I go first, you can fill in the gaps. I know
Well,
we
there-
went back to the main city. We
Uh-huh.
all had our own personal developments. Like I had my emotional thing in a church.
Yeah.
You went into the park and became a weirdo. And
Yep.
That's
Corn's
kinda true,
character went and like got armor.
No, I didn't get armor. I'm not allowed to get armor. I
Well,
went
no,
and
you
talked
went
to
shopping.
some.
You went shopping and did some stuff. You went to different shops and you were like, I can't wear armor. And then you went to the dwarf guy that was all in gold and organized us to hang out with him. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was
That's the
a
extent of my
weird
memory.
little guy that wanted me to find him a phoenix.
Yeah, we got some quests and some side
Yes.
quests and, you know, mission objectives. And then we looked at our map. We heard the rumors and fears within the entire city of Hammerhall, Akisha, fuck this name. And we decided that we wanted to investigate the Titan Works because we heard there were Chaos Dwarves there, and we hate them and or want to investigate what they're doing. And that is respectable. And then John realized he was playing this like it was Dungeons and Dragons and not Age of Sigmar Soulbound. So we needed to plot and plan to get you away over there. And this is kind of where we're going to jump in to our session. Normally we do a little character development vignette. However, I'm saving that for the end of this week's session. So, party, you are currently looking for anyone, any ship captain, either in air or maybe even a caravan, to head to the Titan Works. Normally, people don't go there because anywhere outside of a city's walls is exceptionally dangerous. But as you are checking out these aether ports where flying ships dock and land and sell goods, you see a maddened Caradron Duarden, also known as a dwarf, who is shouting at the top of his lungs over some piece of shit about, "What do you mean you won't go to the Titan's Works with me? There's only a few more threats. And as you are drawn into this argument that is occurring, you will find a small group of mercenaries and soldiers armed with rifles, pikes, the Free Guild Guard, as you are aware of. In fact, some of them look quite familiar, wearing the heraldry of the previous band you assisted many days ago now. You see a captain of sorts with a big, large brimmed hat that's like 4 times longer than like his shoulder span, with a massive red feather that is just shooting off into the air. He holds a rapier in one hand, a bandolier of pistols, and looks down upon what is essentially a steampunk dwarf clad in metal, with a faceplate that goes down all the way to his beard, covering it partially. This squat bundle of metal looks up to this captain and is clearly yelling at him. You're just gonna leave? You're breaking your contract because... What? Just because there might be anti-air flak guns primed in hidden locations? Or chaos giants walking around? It's called the Titan Works. You knew what you signed up for. They go on for a little bit of time before the Caradron just... Oh, get out of here, you stupid manling, before I break your shins and make you as tall as I am. What does the party do?
Hello, my bombastic friend.
He immediately just pulls this weird hacksaw gun, looks at you. What the hell? Oh.
This is why you have to watch out when dealing with mercenaries that aren't fire slayers. Gotta work with people with honor.
Oh yeah, because you have honor. That's what your entire kin are known for.
We keep our deals.
Mm-hmm.
We couldn't help but overhear that you are seeking a crew to aid you in heading to the Titan Works.
Yes, I am. And then he, like, takes a moment, and he watches a multi-lens monocle sort of adjusts itself in front of his helmet as he stares upon you, his face mask, looking at the three of you. One, a stoic, fully armored, Sigmarite-wielding Stormcast Eternal. Then a Fire Slayer who's grim and gaunt and not the same old Fire Slayers that he is more accustomed to dealing with here in the Great Parch. And then he looks at the tree, glances at the tree again. What the? Oh, you're one of them. I see. You are a queer lot. Why are you heading to the Titan Works?
We've heard rumors of strange machinations happening there that we need to investigate.
Our brethren turned to chaos.
Yes. Foul things, those Dwarden. Shunned, dispossessed, having no home to call their own. Falling to the temptations of evil.
Yes. We expect we'll need to turn them away from chaos one way or another, but are interested in what caused their new association in the first place. What is taking you out to the Titan Works?
He already created a scene. there is a small gathering, and once like all 4 of you are in one location, many eyes and ears are directed towards you in this port. And being cognizant of that, this creature will introduce himself first. I am Mads Mikkelsen. If you are interested in doing business, we should do it without so many witnesses. Come with me.
Lead the way, Mads.
Hey, my quiet Stormcast, what have you been doing this entire time?
I'm probably just standing there staring at this yelling guy, and it's the complete opposite, right? Like, he's yelling and making a lot of noise, and I'm just staring at him. And they're like, let's follow the loud guy, just look at them. I'm like, okay. And I'm probably the last in the trail of people following him.
Yeah.
Normally I try to lead the group, because everybody tries to get out of my way.
Very true.
Where this time it's just like, they can push through the crowd and I'll just follow. Like, I want to be as far away from the loud guy as possible.
Interesting. Is it because you have an aversion to noise, or because...
No, just that guy.
Just that guy. You all follow Mads Mikkelsen to his frigate. There is a rather jaunty-looking craft made of wood attached to a dirigible clad in iron. There are viewing ports within the dirigible itself where you can see this green and gold gas moving and flowing, keeping their ship aloft. I believe this is called an Archanaut frigate. Normally, these craft are kept close to home in flotillas and floating cities, which float on a substance known as aether gold. These cities are propelled on rocks and great balloons made of metal and are scattered throughout the many realms. Originally, they all came from Coron, which is the realm of metal where these clowns originated from or settled upon. After Zeech and his many forces and sorceries took over the realm for a brief span, they scattered and are now seeking alternative sources of gold and trade and joining the free cities, as it were. A notable thing about the Caradrons before we progress is when the Great Parch and Hammerhall began, they essentially tried to take over all of the markets by introducing a gold-based currency. And this was a real big scummy move that many people thought of because just a byproduct of their gaseous form of power turns into physical gold later. And since they herald from Coron, the place where gold rains from the sky in molten globs, people were like, why don't we go with the fucking tree people's magical water instead?
Can't drink liquid gold.
You cannot drink well...
You can do it once.
I could give it a go.
True. Actually, yeah. That would be a weird interaction. Boarding this ship, he will take you down below the deck, where you will see other Caradrons. There's only around 13 or 14 of them here. And as you go into the captain's quarters, Mads will take off his great big metal helmet and mask, put it on a table. Before we progress, I think we should introduce ourselves properly. And he looks to you three to do so.
I'm Braga.
And I am Kalara.
And what about the man role-playing a statue?
I was gonna be like, I am the statue, but no. You can call me Trakos.
Trakos, Braga, and Kalara.
Yes, and if you hadn't heard the rumors already, we are Soulbound.
I don't know what that is, but it sounds like a killer band name if you're planning on touring around the realms.
Something like
that. Hang on one second. I completely forgot where this man was from. I suppose it doesn't matter where I herald from. I am from one of the many disparate groups and fleets, and I am seeking something within the Titan Works. Something that will hopefully change the way we conduct ourselves in the sky. Currently, my people are reliant fully on Aether Gold. Not just as a form of wealth, but power. It allows us to fly, it allows us to live. Back in ye olden days, I am told that here, the Agloroxy Empire, prior to Sigmar's arrival during the Age of Chaos, turned back swarms and endless tides of filth, foulness, and evil. Supposedly, they had a flying vessel, a bird-like entity that was powered by what I am calling an Aether Drive. I seek this object. I wish to study it, to research it, and hopefully develop a new mode of transportation for my people.
Is it something you need us to retrieve?
I just need to know where it is. To my understanding, it is a thing that even... He looks to the fucking statue guy in the corner of his room. Even he would have trouble lifting it.
And how are we meant to retrieve it for you?
He slaps the ship. We will tug it out of whatever crevasse or metalwork is within it, or we will detonate as much of its shell as possible to lift it out. If it is trapped within metal, we will rethink our strategy. If it is underground, we will have to rethink our strategy again. All I know that it is within the Titan Works somewhere. I don't know its exact location yet.
Very well. We can certainly assist you with this. Now, we are not afraid of getting our hands dirty like your former compatriots, but if you have any specifics on what we're up against, we can begin to plan on how we might help you deal with that.
The Titan Works has been infested with all manner of chaotic war bands since who knows how long. That is why we hired, or we're going to hire, several dozen mercenaries and skilled fighters. As to this new threat of Chaos Dwarden, I'm not so certain. It does feel a little suspicious to me that as soon as I found out about the Aether Drive, simultaneously, they entered the area, though.
So they've not been there long.
Not to my understanding.
And is there something, some name that this group of Chaos Dwarden go by, or should we call them that?
Should just call them that. They don't deserve to have names.
Very well. When do we leave?
He blinks for a moment.
Wait a minute.
I'm waiting.
I mean, for helping you out with this, then shouldn't we get paid?
I agree, you should. That was kind of... You know what? Look, man, the tree probably doesn't understand what money is.
I think they just have so much of it over there, they don't see the importance. But, I mean, you already know what I care more about. If you can tell me about it. Give me a lead on more of Grimnir. The war is gold.
If you wish to trade violence for information, I would be amenable to that. Obviously, I won't pay up front, though. You just walk off and go dig out your god from wherever the fuck he fell.
We also have... Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I don't know where you've gotten this bad impression of my kind.
Well, when you shut the gates on all the other allied members, we kind of were left to our own devices. Your ancestors fucked us big time, as they say.
We held to all of our pacts, did what we were agreed to do.
You were saying something, Kalara?
If, other than information, something that we could certainly use is, relevant to the fact that we, over the next many months and perhaps years, will have a lot of business throughout the land. And traveling more safely in the air might be advantageous and expeditious for us. So at the very least, the opportunity to hire you and your ship in the future, or exchange service for service, as it were.
That is amenable with me, depending on how this sortie goes, Kalara. It is not often the Caradron and Vasilvaneth find common ground, mostly for the fact that we are in the sky for the most part. Badumtis. But we are allies, at least on paper, he says, narrowing his eyes at Braga once more. If you do this solid for me, I will do a solid for you.
Very well. I'm sure you are eager to get going, and we are as well.
Yes. And you, big man? Any qualms, concerns? Are you just here to murder evil?
If you leave me behind, I will make it back, and I will remove your head from your body.
Leave you behind? Oh, you mean abandon you. Understood. We have the saying. So long as you sign our charter, no man gets left behind. Let's go draft us some documents. And you will realize quite quickly that the Caradron have a fetish for paperwork.
Not about the actual. It's not about the actions. It's all about the paperwork behind them, baby.
Yeah. And Braga hit up on like a very sore subject of what the Caratron see as like ultimate betrayal, almost, to the point where prior to Sigmar's reavailing of himself, the Caradron and the Fire Slayers essentially like cut ties entirely due to the fact that the Fire Slayers shut their gates on nearly all dispossessed Warden and kinfolk during the Age of Chaos, when it became disadvantageous. Granted, they did hold up all the ends of their bargains, and they did not, how do you say? Legally, they did everything they could for everyone. They tried their best and tried their hardest, but they abandoned in the dispossessed eyes a lot of people. And the fact that the Caradron have such a stiffy for paperwork and agreements is because of that, so that they do not get abandoned once more just because there are legal loopholes or the like.
Makes sense.
Fun lore can be found on page 65 of your core PDF about the Caradrons. You will also see what a Arcanaut frigate looks like if you go to the same page.
You said 165?
Nope, 65.
Oh, just 65. Thank you.
You're very welcome. Okay. Let's change the music a little bit. For once all the agreements are signed and papers are dotted and signatures are made, you all will quite that day take off. We're not going to worry about food, and there is promise of physical payment, regardless of if you all fail or only get partially successful. If you don't recover the Aether Drive as it is known, but discover its location, there will be a consolation, as then they can come back and reclaim it later with a different crew if you choose not to see that one through. This is so jolly.
All right.
Yeah. And soon enough, you guys take off over Hammerhall, leaving the city behind. Do you tell anybody where you're going, or like send word back to your marshal, who is somewhat keeping track of you all?
I didn't know we had to report, so probably not.
Okay.
He just gets like a random child run out of the street. He's like, "Hey, boss. The big guy's gone to Titanworks to do some work. We'll be back in a little bit."
Yeah. You know you guys are being kept track of at the very least. Maybe your movements will be reported days after the fact, but, you know. This guy is apparently watching you all forebodingly in the sky of a different realm entirely. Should be good, right? So,
is he Santa Claus now?
Yeah, while you're all role-playing Santa Claus on the deck of a essentially steampunk airship, what's everyone's thoughts about flying? What are we thinking about as we are watching the terrain pass underneath us?
No, thank you. I think if there's a below decks, I'm going to below decks. Hiding myself, shoving myself in a corner, trying to make myself as least likely to be jostled around as possible.
I've got. Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
I was about to say I've got like blankets or pillows or something, just trying to like dampen everything.
Mm-hmm. What about you, Kalara?
I think it's probably super obvious, or you know, if I'm completely off base here, let me know. But the way that I understand flight is very natural, like biological design of flight that I'm now like learning much more intimately about. But clearly this vessel that we're flying on is just like working by magic. Although ironically my flight works by magic, but magic just
grow weird wings rather than you're mimicking like already aerodynamic things, while this vessel is a boat attached to a circular sphere that is filled with gas and just shooting through the sky.
Yeah. So, God, I think there's a sort of mysticism about it, and I might spend quite a bit of time bothering Mads, asking about it, trying to learn and understand, maybe less about how it works, but like the culture, like the Caradron's culture around flight. Because I came here to learn about the people of this world. So like, you know, tell me why do you like to fly? You know, how long have you been flying? And like questions of that nature, whether or not Mads is interested in answering. And it's probably best that Braga's not around because, yeah, I'm definitely taking an interest in the Caradron.
So the Caradron are a incredibly proud, pragmatic, and also secretive people. So it's a very weird dichotomy they have with like information of, oh, I shouldn't be telling you that. Can't say that. But
it's just a bunch of paperwork with black lines. Everything's redacted.
But also, like, they have done the impossible, right? And they want to flaunt that status and wealth. They are a people who originated from underground and subterranean holds and have mastered flight. And that pride of overcoming the natural order, as it were, and their gods creators and their intent to have their like lives dictated to them is a massive like fuck you to the world, and also come at me bro energy.
So they're more than willing to share kind of that history and pride with me. Okay.
There are many holds, I believe. I need to look up what they're actually called. 1 second.
While you're doing that, I think there's a lot of intrigue for me around that in particular. And I think the way I can relate to that is, like, it didn't really hold me back, but I spent a great deal of my my life near the sea and seeing creatures that swim, which is sort of, you know, a form of flight through a different form of liquid. You know, swimming around, and I am quite privy to that. And only recently, I too have learned to fly through not only water, but the air too. And like, I might show off my wings.
Oh. Interesting. I think there is a moment of, all right, well, I can't explain to you exactly how my own God, I'm forgetting what it's called. They have a special device that lets them just actively fly around.
Oh, they're hovering?
No, actual, like, propulsion and flight, not just hovering.
Oh, okay.
I think it's just called their rig. Their Aether rig.
Gotcha.
Yeah, so they have these great big metal contraptions that they can stick onto their bodies, and after charging it with Aether Gold through cables or tubes, they can resemble, or they can just fly. They have like the fly movement speed and can go around their own ship to repair it. The sky riggers, as they're known, are essentially their technicians, and there's likely one or two on the vessel itself to make sure that it's like repaired, and so that they never have to land, because landing to them is tantamount to just dying outright. So hell yeah, he'll offer to fly with you if you want to go around and see the ship from every angle.
Cool. Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know if like mechanical design is particularly interesting to Kalara, especially since there's no like nothing she can emulate or specifically relate to, but I think she's more interested in like, oh yeah, they're really excited to tell me about some of this stuff. Why, you know, if I'm going to learn about them, I need to understand what they're excited about. So sure, I'll just let him ramble about the things he's proud about.
He does so. My Sigmar boy, you wanted wings one day.
I'm working on it.
That you needed to master magic before you could properly manipulate them. But
I don't remember that part. But yeah, I'm probably at the front, right? Like, I'm not afraid of falling off of an airship, because I'm definitely not going to fall off an airship. But I think the airship will go down before I fall off. But I'm probably at the front, just staring out the front. And if anybody's like, "What you doing?" I'm like, looking for somebody aiming at us.
Okay. You create a little patch of your own domain at the prow of this vessel, either holding on to the metal rigging that connects the ship to the dirigible above. You stare out. God, I think we need a roll. I want you to make me a roll right now. Some kind of awareness check, buddy.
I got you.
I'm trying
Target?
to find his dice. Hang on 1 second. Yeah, awareness mind. That's what it's called.
Is it 4s by default, right?
I'm sorry?
Base roll is 4. Target roll is 4, right?
Yeah. That's fine.
That's a success.
Nice.
One success. Take those.
One success. Very nice. Our group's vision stays with you, Trakos, as you guys continue to travel, flying across the shards, as they are known, heading from Hammerhall and then breaking more westward as time moves on. A few days of this life on this skyship, this frigate, will pass until at last you see it in the distance. A city-sized factory that spans at least twice the size of Hammerhall. Dozens, if not hundreds of square kilometers just shoot off. No, I don't know. What's the metrics? What is the system of measurement in Sigmar land, boys?
I think we've established it's feet.
It's feet, right.
How many? So we know it's 110 feet of our journey here. So you know, how many feet can this thing cover in a day?
At least 4. At least 4 feet. You see it in the distance. Great big looming cogwheels, towers of iron, dented and broken. And then, as you get closer and closer, you see why this place is called the Titan Works. For looming above, even now, your ship is a laying giant. A massive construction made of metal, shaped like a man, that once strode across the Great Arch, stomping armies to nothing. This thing once was able to challenge the god beasts, massive titans, gargants, said to house power equal to that of even the chaos gods. Now here you are, in its shadow, still several miles off. As clouds already gathering, casting a dark shadow on this place, cover you all. The crew gets a little bit more fidgety, silent, as the Marines, the Arcanaut sailors, gear up, ready for any unknown situation. You see their Thunderer rifles. You see their cannon ports begin to raise. Even Mads Mikkelsen is getting ready for a fight, unknowing if there will be one. Any preparations you all wish to make before we go into the Titan's work? Or Titan works?
I'm good. As long as there's nowhere deep to fall into, I'm good. Got my soul.
I should probably get my flight ready, just so we know how long I have.
Okay.
Or maybe I'll just cast it as soon as that's needed.
Okay.
Because it could be like minutes or hours before it becomes necessary.
I think a pale glow appears on my rune of iron skin as I re-energize it with my which power is that again? It's the one I get from my background. Gold Mastery, I think.
Yes. As an action, you can reactivate an inert Urgold rune. Yours or another Fire Slayer's. This reactivated rune does not count towards the target's total Urgold runes. Interesting. Until your next period of downtime. You reactivate your rune. Okay. With your preparations complete, the tiny vessel in comparison to the Titan before you darts off into the Shadowlands, into a spiring city of construction. I think Mads will now tell you where exactly he will be dropping you off before coming to recover you all within the following day. They do not wish to stop moving because there are unknown factors and flying beasts potentially that can be unleashed upon them. So movement will be critical. They're essentially going to be dropping you off on a metal tower. That way, if you are challenged, you will have a very defensible position. But other than that, your task is to explore the Titan Works and find the Aether Drive. I think he's going to give Trakos a device, because he is the most sturdy-looking one amongst you all, no offense. To either one of my spellcasters or song singers.
Does he give me a flare?
He does not give you a flare. He gives you a what essentially to you is just like a new metal box to hold. But as you look at a dome, a half cylinder, or not half cylinder, a half sphere that is on the center of it, you will see that it is beginning to glow slightly, and a singular dot is being formed. Mads will speak to you. Trakos, you stoic bastard. This thing will lead you to any sources of etheric energy that are condensed in any particular spot. Hopefully that will give you a bearing upon my drive. Find it, mark your location, come back here, we'll pick you up as soon as we see you.
I was gonna say, do you want me to just light a flare so you know where it is?
No, because then you'll signal to all the enemies where your location is. And we do not wish to race them to you.
Fair.
How do we mark this location then?
Remember it? I don't know, throw paint, draw an X on the fucking map.
Breadcrumbs. Lots of breadcrumbs.
Indeed.
I didn't
Don't
bring
want
my
our
bread.
enemies to find it either.
I can grow some. Don't worry, Braga. Well, not bread, but wheat. Or whatever.
All right, get off my ship, he says. The frigate comes close to a metal tower that is like broken and dented a little bit, almost collapsing. I don't know if I want... Well, we have one person able to fly. Kalara, can you hold Braga? How strong is your body?
I've got 2 body. And they're not wearing armor, so probably.
Yeah, I'd say so. I think you can, with your roots and vines, make a tether for Braga to hold on to and fly across to this metal tower. But I think I want our strong boy to make a jump. I think it's time for an athletics check.
Oh, see, this is what I'm built for.
Yeah.
Before I jump, though, I want to grab, like, something about the size of a flag so that I can put the box into it and then just wrap it around my waist like a little pouch for it, because I need both hands.
Very good. Tell me, how big is your dice pool for athletics body?
5.
You have 5 dice?
Yes.
Alright. Then all you're going to need is one of those 5 dice to be a 6.
Oh,
Good luck.
God, here we go. So, do you want me to make the target 6?
Yeah, target 6-1.
Fucking let's go. No success. No dice.
Do you not
I
have
got a
focus
5.
point?
No, I don't. A 5, 2 4s, a 3, and a 1.
Millman,
Go through
You're
the
gonna-
wall on the second floor.
you're going to make the jump. That's for certain, but something wrong is going to happen. And I want you to tell me, do you slip and, like, go down to a singular handhold? Do you just straight up plummet to the ground and suffer, well, become a meteor, essentially? Or free answer. What goes wrong?
I think I make the jump. It's all nice and elegant mid-air, and then I just start immediately. It's like, I don't know if you guys have ever jumped in Guild Wars, but they make this animation like, you know, you can just jump, right? And you've got huge leap, and then suddenly gravity is reminded that it exists, and you just start falling after like
Just
4 meters.
plummet?
No, like you just jump, like your character looks like he's gonna fly for fucking ages, and then it's just like, oh, gravity's on, and it just drops you. You just lose all forward momentum and start dropping. And I feel like that's what starts happening. So like I make it across. It's like, yeah, you're looking great, and then it just sucks me down one fall, and I just fall straight through the wall. Like I just go straight through the wall. I'm on a lower level to the rest of the party in the tower. Like I just don't make, like I don't jump straight across. It's just like, it's like, wee, thunk, and just go straight, same direction I was going, but obviously I don't make it straight across.
You don't make it straight across. This dented tower begins to move with the weight, and Kalara, and Braga, you see Trakos and his great mass and weight punch through this almost rotted, rusted metal, go straight through the landing that you were trying to put Braga on, and start to see the tower begin to tilt slightly further downwards. Imagine if the leaning tower of Pisa snapped halfway in the middle and was beginning to fall a little bit. What do you two do?
We're cool heroes. I think like we're gonna move towards the hole that Rarius dove through, and I'm just gonna
we
pull
don't
my
have to find an entrance.
Yeah, I'm just gonna pull my wings in, and we're gonna follow Rarius in. He's created our opening.
He did create your opening.
Yeah.
God.
So
a room full of demons that are like trying to play dice or something in the room, like on their downtime, and they're just like, "What the fuck?"
Yeah. So it's like dive, pull wings in, and then let him out to like full stop as soon as we like find where Rarius is.
I think I want a reflex check from you then.
Okay.
And I want you to tell me your dice pool.
3.
You have 3 dice?
I have 2 body and 1 reflexes.
Okay. God,
No focus.
All you need is a single 5. That's all you need. John's actually looking up the difficulty by pool now table that I have not. Oh.
3, 4, 5,
Very
baby.
nice. You tuck your wings in perfectly. You hoist Braga up into a weird hug. That way you go into a weird spiraling formation before you expand your wings on the inside of the structure that is slowly beginning to fall apart. Not in like a Halo 3, you need to outrun the explosion before you fucking blow up, but just maybe it'll settle, but maybe it'll just collapse kind of tilt your tower is currently on. The party is reunited and can begin making their way downwards through the structure, though.
It's now a good time for a break.
Yeah, we could take a break here.
Okay. We will be right back.
We'll be right back, everyone.
Well,
hello, everyone. Welcome back to Age of Sigmar Soulbound, Sins of Stormfire. Our party is descending down a metal staircase from once a great tower. Creeping downwards, the party has a small moment to communicate with one another. What do you guys do?
I don't think we're ones for a lot of words, John.
Yeah.
Well, the tracker, right? The Trakos has?
Yeah.
I just turn around and I hold it out. What about it? I landed like a ballerina.
What is... Is it fucking broken, John?
It's flawless.
If Millman had not specifically said that he was wrapping it up in like canvas or a flag or a cloth, I would assume that part of that is he is putting it somewhere that would not fall off of him. So as he looks at it, it did not drop, and honestly most of the force that he'd be met by of the tower itself would probably go to him first before the little device on his back. Or in a pocket somewhere. Or a pouch.
Yeah, essentially, I've made a little pouch at the back, right? Because I don't have pockets.
You just wear armor and wield a sword.
That's pretty much it. Like, there's enough space between my back and the armor to slot the sword if I really need to. But other than that, I don't have pockets.
Okay. Party. What do we do?
So how does this gadget work? Like, is it showing us anything, or?
I guess I pulled it out.
You fish it out with Tracos. You take it into your hand and you look at it. It is, for my players, much like an old-timey radio or remote, where you put it out. It has a little antenna at the very end of the box with a dome-like screen. And once you start moving it around, the glow gets fainter and fainter, depending on its location, or brighter and brighter, and vice versa. And then once you are locked in on a specific power source, it will hard focus and turn into a dot, giving you a direction.
It's a Dragon Ball Finder.
Essentially,
but just
yeah.
Made in the Fallout universe.
Yeah.
Now that he can't see us, do you want to hold it?
I mean, I already am.
There you go.
That's what was described.
No, but what I meant is, you can hold on to it. And if you need to hand it to me, just chuck it in the little pouchy.
I mean, I guess I'll try pointing it around to see if there's any signatures that we can pick up on.
Nothing locks on, but it does get more brighter as you focus northward. Currently, to you all, direction is somewhat meaningless, so long as you can make it back to this tower or a nearby height. For that is how you will be extracted from this place. But you can start heading towards what you hope is the correct direction.
Yeah, let's work our way down and start pushing towards the dot.
You work your way down. Once you are outside, well, once you're on the bottom floor, you will realize you are not nearly as alone as you were hoping. There are rats all throughout this area. They scatter as they look at you. For Kalara, you may be a little bit more aware that when there is big rats, there are the man rats, or the Skaven as they are known. They infest all of your realm. Every aspect of it, for how lush and how many hidey holes they can find and eat out of. Skaven are also useful idiots of Nurgle, your god, not your god, your enemy's god.
Right. Damn. Hoping to never see these things in this world.
They're real assholes, aren't they?
They sure are. So we're seeing signs that they're here, or we are seeing that they are
seeing active rats running around.
Okay, but these are just small rats, not Skaven.
Uh-huh.
They just come with one another.
When there's one, there's often the other.
Okay. In that case, I think I'll ready my my great scythe. And probably tuck the wings away.
Okay. You all begin to move on foot after the arcane signature. Within the shadows of these rusted towers along with the clouds above you, made of toxic fumes and acrid smoke, you will find that there are many individual groups here. Is there any sort of way you are going about your mission where you are not actively drawing essentially everyone's attention to you?
I mean,
or are you
we
just
have
accepting every single fight you can?
I mean, it's
going wild.
This is an entirely metal building, yeah.
Not just the building. I mean, the Titan Works as a whole.
Okay. I mean, it's going to be almost impossible for us not to make some amount of noise with a metal man.
Uh-huh.
So
that's why I'm asking if you have any things.
I just find 2 very, very large rats and make them into space boots to soften my footsteps.
Disgusting.
No.
Not just disgusting, but gross as well.
The way I imagine the Titan works is probably was a crater and they just put layers upon layers of floors on top of it to make it flush with the ground.
Are you taking any stealthy approach to
this? Oh fuck
all?
no! I've got no stealth. Okay. 0 stealth.
Braga, Kalara.
I have no stealth either.
Okay, we are honest men entering a ruin of sorts.
Yeah, I mean, I imagine we're doing some things to try to stay off to the, sides and out of, like, the obvious opens, but yeah. I don't... Like, we're gonna be loud, probably, because we are not a stealthy bunch.
Okay. We, like, run up to a corner, we hunker down, we're like, wise, military motions, and then clunk, 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 clunk.
Yeah, just the tractor's engine goes off as Tracos moves. Rather than me essentially just forcing you all into several dozen combat encounters, I think I'm just going to add more things to the one I had planned.
Excellent.
Yeah, makes sense.
Makes sense to me. Like, if there's a bunch of, like, little shitters we have to deal with on the way, I think the bigger problem is if more get added to the...
Yeah. The thing about Skaven is they're maybe, like, a plague, but they're not, like, they are stupid, but they don't have a death wish. So, like, if there's only a pocket of them and they see us, they're going to be like, oh, fuck, pull back to the big group. And then all of the little groups will just try to gangbang you, right? Like, it'll be a gank more than just fighting through small pockets.
I think you all will be spotted. And knowing that, you will try to be more proactive on killing the little guys you can reach. And you will find a rogue group of Skaven who are just like skulking about weaponless, essentially, scavenging around for metals and sharp implements, and you will descend upon them quite easily, culling their numbers. However, that's not the biggest threat here. There have been Chaos Warbands about. There are Chaos Dwarves about. And as you are following the direction of a metal sensor, you will get to a lava field where there are cracks within the earth, this rusted brown earth. There you will find them, Chaos Dwarves, clad in blacks and reds with hats that stick up to make them more towering. These two holding these strange weapons, firearms as you know them, but you're unsure the exact type, are walking about greenskins who have chains upon their wrists and mining equipment, I suppose. They're slaves. For Juarden, no matter their allegiance to order or chaos, have a problem. And that is called manual labor shortages. Normally, Juarden, such as the Fire Slayers and the Karajan, use invention or tradition and getting your brow dirty with sweat and grime and a hard day's work. The Chaos Juarden, on the other hand, choose to make other people sweat. More stronger bodies who they can intimidate or injure until they do what is told to them. That, or they get a lot of small things that they can bully on their own, such as grots or Skaven sometimes. However, no Skaven you can see here in chains. Rather, you see the greenskins, the grots, the Gretchen, the goblins, as you know them. Short, squat, disproportional things that are moving metal in yips and chimes, trying to bully each other in a strange hierarchy of malice. Amongst them, their ultimate leaders are proper greenskin, the Orc, or Orcs, as you know them, slapping at those who anger them. These ones are permitted to carry weapons, for in their strange hierarchy, even the Chaos Juarden can elect or choose, point out leaders of their task force, their slaves, to bully one another to get their work quotas complete. You see them. These guys seem to be hard at work unearthing something within the lava flows. Shovels are made, pails are hefted with the gross basalt that lava generates once cooled. What do you guys do as you start to see this warband, we'll call it?
Is our object pointing in their direction?
Yes. In fact, it gets a lock-on in their direction.
Well, time to put them down.
Where they're excavating from?
Yes.
Did you establish that, like, they know we're here?
Or they do not seem to know you're here.
Oh, okay.
They're working, not looking around.
I don't know. Should we just leap into action, y'all? I don't.
Do you have any key plans? Like, make the roof fall on them or something? Because, like, I'm happy to chop them up. Like, that's not a problem.
Okay. I mean, I'm going back over my character's, like, instincts, and I wrote some instincts for my character, and it's just, like, bolster the strong with magic. So I think I'm, like, looking to you both as the, like, main melee fighters, like, to lead. But
Yes.
Kalara is, like, ready to go.
I guess I grab the sword from one hand to two hands and just get ready to charge them.
Okay. And I will
Leroy.
bring them all into a map.
Hell yeah.
Because you Braga, are you doing anything? Are you about to inspire your song or activate a rune?
Yep.
Okay. Is one of those your armor rune?
So yeah, I've got my armor rune that I talked about, and I think I'm also going to activate my rune of awakened steel that will give my weapons rend.
Okay. And that's 6s on hit, you destroy
Remove
one?
an armor, yeah.
Okay.
Whoa.
Yeah, it's fucking disgusting.
I am
It's so
manually
good.
adding your 1 armor, correct?
I
You
can.
click your armor thing. Is it just 1 armor? Is it 2?
I don't have a thing for it.
Okay.
But yeah, it's just 1 armor. It should be set up. I have 1 armor.
Okay, then I will bring us onto this map, and we will essentially just start initiative because you're not going to surprise them, especially with your loud ass knight just heading straight towards. Let me go ahead and hide these two who I did not describe because they were out. Oh, there's a little line of sight thing. Okay, cool. I think we have flat initiatives. Rolling is a weird way of saying it.
Yeah, we do.
Perfect. Please click your tokens and just
hit
that button again. It should show up automatically.
Boom.
Perfect.
Hey, look, a target-rich environment.
Oh, a very target-rich environment.
Trying to figure out where the initiative button lives.
Above armor, next to your little grid of your attack, defense, and accuracy.
A ladder.
Okay. Word of warning, there are quite a few things on this board, so I will ask for your patience as I pull up their individual stat blocks to look at during this battle of ours. In fact, I'm missing one. Nope, that is my ogres. Ogres are not here. Goblins. There we go. Alrighty. So, you guys go at...
I see those guys.
Probably slow. Initiative 2. Okay. Not 2+. You go at 1. God, I need to get a better way of doing this. They go at 4. Wow, these guys are quick. Quick on the draw. Let's just go ahead and minimize Discord for me. I don't need it.
Wow.
You are also 4.
I sworn I collected my token. Let me try again. Oh, okay. That's why it didn't work. There you go.
Cool. Thank you so much. Not you. There we go.
Yeah.
I believe that is everyone except for my... There you are. And you go at 4 as well. Jesus, lots of 4s. People are fast, boys. Alright, we are still using zone combat. However, I'm not going to draw on the map. Rather, the zones are designated by the lava flow itself. So this is a zone. You are on a zone. So far, so good. Sounds legit, boys.
That sounds good.
Sounds legit. My question is, how do we cross the zones?
You jump.
Okay, so in other words, I'm going to land in llama.
If there is a midpoint you can get to, we are not going to worry about making any check. But if you wish to do a far jump, such as like over here, for instance, then there would be one. But otherwise, I'm assuming that you are going to be able to jump a gap, especially with your superhuman strength, all of you.
Mm.
We're not going to worry about feet and jumping mechanics. Okay, combat music. You know, we may not be fighting Skaven, but we are rats, and rats stay rats, boys. The rat battle has commenced. It is time to begin combat with our incredible Kalara. What are you doing?
I think
you want me to narrate a little bit more about what you're seeing.
Yeah, that would be helpful.
So, in this lava flow, there are these great big cogwheels that have settled, or we're using the lava current itself as a method of energy generation at one point, and are just currently rotting or sinking now. These goblins are moving these metal cogwheels to a certain location, trying to pull up usable metal to the main dig site. which you briefly saw was over in this direction behind this metal wall. The blue circled guys are the Chaos Dwarven, or Chaos Dwarves, that are holding ranged weapons. The goblin squares are seemingly in groups of 3 that are somewhat chained together so that they can't stray from one another or sneak off without creating a large noise. And these green circular dudes are the Auric, who are tasked to protect / beat them up. Beat the goblins up.
Gotcha.
No more kicking.
True. That triggered an actual emergency response from me from my Dawn of War days. Holy shit.
Gretchen.
The Gretchen bros. They'd always get shot by a fucking Space Marine Russian player. Piece of shit. It's just...
Okay. Yeah. And is there like what is the roof situation in this?
You're in an open area.
Okay.
Or
Great.
Open air.
Then I think the first order of business is to get my wings about me, and be prepared to navigate around this environment without threat of falling in lava. So
You're casting a spell?
I am casting a spell.
Okay.
I got 2 successes, and I can use a focus point to get a 3rd success. So I can fly for 3 minutes, and these are 6-second rounds. Or 10-second rounds. I don't know either.
They're probably more than 1 minute rounds. Or probably less than 1 minute rounds. I don't know. Fuck it.
Okay. Well, I'll be able to fly for quite a while.
Yeah.
If we think that this fight goes on,
don't worry about it unless they like disenchant it somehow.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. Okay. I should keep that in mind for sure. Because I know you will. Aha. And then, okay, it's been a while since we've had combat, so we get 2 actions and then our medal.
Yes. No, you get 1 action, 1 movement, and then
okay.
If you spend metal, you can do another action.
Okay. In that case, I will instruct my grub to just like remain around my neck until I order it to do anything else.
Okay.
With my that'll be my medal. Is that action, and I will just move up to the cogwheel and kind of take some cover with my grub.
Okay. You take some cover from any ranged attacks, and that will soon come as the... this guy does nothing. This guy. The more boys get to go, and as one of them sees the Sylvaneth on wings fly towards it, they see Trakos trudging along and Braga shortly behind. They will let out a mighty wog! Seeing the threat that you are, and will dumbly move towards you to fight. This one will head... uses movement to go to a adjacent person. They see Trakos. Maybe they're foolish. Maybe they're brave. They go
maybe
to
it's Maybelline.
Trakos. Others will begin to jump to a different zone. They just want to have some friends. How many are there? There's 1, 2, 3. This one can stay for now. Not sure what's going on. The ones who can clearly see you and hear what's going on begin to move towards you. Jumping over. Jumping over. Alright. And before Braga gets to go, the Cogsmiths, also known as the Chaos Dwarden, will take shots. They have range medium or average, which means they can shoot into an adjacent zone, no problem. But I want to move them anyway, because they can move. Why wouldn't I? Alrighty. That's 1, 2... Yeah, 2 shots on you people. Oh wait, I need to make an attack on my orcs, don't I? Orc boy is coming for you, Trakos. What is your defense?
Good.
It is good? Well, their attacks are good as well. Let me go ahead and find my ladder. I'm pretty sure that means they are forced to hit you, though.
Yep.
They sure are.
Alrighty. Where's my
Unbelievable.
ladder? Unbelievable. I'm so sorry. Lots going on, fellas. Alrighty. They get one thing, which is their Champa, a weapon that is both a pickaxe, both an axe, partially a club. They get +1 focus and 1+ success damage. That's 1 fail, 1 fail, 1 success, 2 success, 1 fail, fail. Oh my god, only 2 successes. However, they can bump up that 3 to a 4, which is what they'll do. So that's 4 damage. And they have piercing. What does piercing do? I think that is...
Isn't that for 6s? They ignore armor.
I think
Piercing
so.
weapons have a sharp point.
That's it.
That's what the weapon and armor trait says on our quick reference sheet.
Perfect. Yeah, rending destroys armor. Piercing weapons have a sharp point. Wow. Penetrating is ignore 1 point of armor. They do not have penetrating. So yeah, they stab at you for 4 points of damage, which I think is mostly mitigated by armor.
Yep. I take 1 point to toughness.
He clips you hard in your armor. You are quite surprised by his suddenness, but he looks a little, well, that should have done more. Braga, before it's your turn, 2 shots have to go somewhere. And I think one of the shots is going definitely for Kalara, despite her... You know, this one actually sees your grub attached to your body, huh?
If you'll allow me, having partial cover increases your defense 1 step.
I think I will give you partial cover.
Okay.
And the other one will shoot at Braga. Let's spread some damage around. After all, there's an orc on you. Where are you, my Cogsmith stat block? Cogsmith. Alright. This is 4d6 at average range. 2+ success damage. Okay. Loud piercing spread. What does spread do? Probably another cute little tag. Any creature within close range of a target takes half damage. They have higher defense than the target of the attack. They can make a body reflex to oppose it. Okay, so we're gonna see how much damage you're going to take, and then your grub, who is on top of you, will also be hit as well. Oh,
Bastard.
No. All right. Hawksmith, 46. Here we go. That is a 5. That is a 1. That is a 3, and that is a 6. What is your armor?
With the cover, it's good.
It is good. They have average aim, so I believe that's 5s to hit.
Correct.
So 2 hits. They do not have focus. So that is 4 points of damage on you. Armor, of course, mitigates.
Okay. I take 2 toughness.
Spread. Any creature within close range takes half damage, so your grub's going to take 2. But if they have higher defense than the target of the attack, does your grub have better defense than you normally?
No.
Alright. Alright, then they're just gonna suffer 2 damage and let out a painful squeal as pellets rake their bodies. Also get wrecked, I suppose. Alright, Braga, 1 shot coming on you, shotgunning out.
Yep, I've got good defense.
You've got good, that means hitting on 5s again. 5, 6, 3, and 6. It's 5 points of damage, mitigated by armor.
Mitigated by 1.
Okay.
Take 4.
We do not. Okay, perfect. Now it is your turn, Braga. Thank you so much.
Perfect. Just what I wanted. Take a bunch of damage. All right. So I will first activate my miracle runic empowerment.
Okay.
If I can find it.
Anything?
Yes, it costs 1 metal.
Okay. You and your allies in your zone gain +1 armor until the start of your next turn. Very good.
And then I will use my second metal to go ahead and use
Everyone.
you know what? I think I'm just gonna attack. So I'm gonna move up to I'm actually gonna go attack I think these goblins over here.
Okay.
And
The 3 goblins are like looking at their pickaxes and shovels that they have, sort of grouped together.
let's just make sure. Yeah, I have average melee.
Let me go find their defense. They have poor defense. They are not equipped with shields.
All right, so if I'm remembering how that works, then I will hit on a 3.
I believe that is the case, unless you're 2 steps above them. Yes, you will hit on 3s.
2.
2 successes plus a focus point.
Focus point doesn't do anything here.
Unfortunate.
So
But you do
3 damage.
3 damage, which will kill all 3 goblins, who each have 1 toughness.
Oh,
Who each have 1 toughness. Yes. My
that was
master's
efficient.
not working. Unfortunate. Okay. Trakos, it's your turn, but I have to reload my Roll20 real quick, so go ahead and describe to me what's happening.
So, is there more orcs than me?
There's only 1 orc right now.
Oh, so
you
it's
able to
just
see
that
him?
one? I thought it was. I thought there was a group of them. If it's just one
They
guy, that's less
Are
fun.
moving, yeah.
No, I thought that like in that last combat, it was like more than 1 guy per.
Oh, no, they are not minions. They are individual tokens.
On that case, I'm just gonna cut his ass down.
Alright, sounds good. Well, I launch game. The Moor Boy, as he is known, has good defense.
Okay, so it's a 1v1 me on Rust.
It sure is.
Target 4.
They are quite healthy boys.
4 successes.
Oh my god.
On 4. Is a 6? How many 6s do you need for a crit?
No such thing as crits in this game.
Oh, damn. Well, I can make
However,
it 5 because I've got 1 focus, so he takes
You got
5.
1 focus, so that's 7 damage. Bringing him down to 1 health after mitigating his with his armor of 1.
Alright, well, I'll use my metal and cut him down then.
Alright, well, if you hit no successes, he could live, question mark?
Yeah, that's not gonna happen.
Alright, 4 damage is enough to bring him down. Now my token mod is working. There we go.
And then I'm gonna move to here, so I can do the jump next turn.
Okay. Yeah, for sure. Which brings us to our Garrote boys. Garrote boys will be yelled at and will be like, oh, do we actually go help? And then bribes will have to be made as they move. Go kill them or we kill you, lol. This one will not make the jump because there's no way in hell this thing, like 3 goblins can synchronize a jump over a moat of lava without at least one of them going in.
That's how it's got to be. That's how it's got to be, John.
Yeah.
I actually want to grab one and just put them in the lava.
Jesus, you're a monster.
You fucking know I am.
Jeez. The others will stop their work and see what's going on, being curious as people are shouting from behind this wall over here. My rap battle died. I don't know about you guys. Did the music die for you?
Nope. It's just the end of the song, I think.
No, it's a minute in and it stopped, even though the timer's still going.
Weird. Oh, roll 20.
Oh,
Let's
roll
play
20.
Black Rider. There we go. Let's change up the music a little bit. Okay. John has to check his action sheets real quick to see what these guys can do. Because they see this massive, fuck huge demon monster named Tracos coming to murder them. And although minions are normally just there to get cut down, these guys do not want to die. Okay. Alright, these goblins are... They see what you're doing, Tracos, and like rugby players, they are like going to guard this jump. And if you try to push into their zone, they are going to try to shove you into the lava. It's just 3 goblins, though, right? Surely you can overcome 3 goblins.
Can I stomp them, like, on the jump on my next turn? I just want to land on them and crush them.
We'll find out here in a moment,
gonna be
because
good.
you all hear an ungodly roar come from this metal wall. And as something is let off its chain, you will see through this great big crack in the wall a monstrous beast. John hopes that showed up correctly on your screen.
It did. Oh, what the fuck is that?
Zooming all the way in
real
on that
enemy.
Right now.
You see a wretched thing, a horror to most men. This is known as a chaos spawn. Once a mortal corrupted by chaos, this is what your enemy wants to make all Dwarden, all men, all elves, everything look like. Mistress, this thing is doing what is known as a oh god, it's fast. It can clear that wall, get to the edge of this zone, and will jump towards you all next round.
Oh, shit. Oh my gosh.
It's so fast, guys. It's as fast as a fucking horse.
Yeah.
That's, yeah. I think Kalara is like horrified as she looks through the spokes of this cogwheel she's kind of taking cover behind right now.
Yeah.
And she sees Strakos like kind of strafing one way and the goblins across the lava like mimicking and then them back and forth, and she's just gonna let that go. And she's like shit, and she like swivels around behind her in the direction she got shot from, and she just points like her great scythe in the direction of what did you call these guys with the guns? Those are the Chaos Dwarden?
Yeah.
Okay. And she is going to fire a spell in their direction, an arcane bolt.
Okay.
And that is going to be 2 successes.
2 successes for how much damage?
2 damage.
On this guy on the left or the one on the right?
The one on the left that shot at her.
You will watch then as your arcane bolt goes outwards, striking this creature, and on its armor, unholy sigils will spark as your magic hits them and then bounce off harmlessly. Your arcane bolt does not damage them.
Okay. That sucks.
You have your metal.
I do have my metal.
Your grub has 1 armor, so if you suffer damage again, minimum will not kill it, but anything above minimum will kill it.
Yeah.
What do you do with your bitter grub?
Sorry, I'm just trying to figure out. I was just looking at the runic empowerment we got. We are tougher now, which is good. I think I'm gonna shoot at it again.
Okay.
And this
any bigger spells that you can cast?
No, not ranged ones.
Okay.
Let me see what metal can do. Double your training or double your focus.
You may want to heal then, because 1 salvo almost killed Braga. I don't know how much value you put in the life of your grub, but he too is about to die.
Oh shit. Oh, wait, how much toughness does Braga have?
I'm at half toughness, but I've got like a whole bunch of wounds after that. Don't worry about me.
Yeah, okay, that's fine. Yeah, I'm gonna shoot at it again. And I'm gonna use my metal to double my training in channeling. So I don't
think you can use your metal to do that if you're using your metal to cast an action.
I thought I get 2 actions and
you get 1 action.
And then 1 action. That's right.
To do an extra action.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
You're fine.
You know what? I'm just gonna shoot again.
Okay.
4 successes.
Much better.
Make that 5 successes.
5 successes.
So 5
is enough
damage.
To overcome their armor and do 3 points of damage to them.
Flat.
You strike it. The angered, almost tusked dwarf looks at you with rage, intent to kill you. Any movement you want to take?
Yeah, so how did this attack work last time? Was it like a mortar, or did they just shoot directly at me?
Shotgun. He literally shot you with a shotgun.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna fly. I'm gonna fly like with the party in the kind of the direction we're moving, and I'll just kind of glide over and take cover behind this cogwheel instead.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't think he's got any shot on you. This guy would be able to move. All right, Kalara, that's your turn.
Thank you.
Hey, Trakos.
Yes, sweet boy.
Trakos, what do you think about Chaos Warriors? Are they like your equal, or just like an inferior copy of the Chaos Gods?
I feel like it's just a 1 step down from me. I'm closer to my god than they are.
Well, they are in a similar situation, as you see what is essentially you staring at you, having held on to a chain that connected to this chaos spawn, only to hear what was going on and cutting it loose. You see it standing there with a great sword, much like yours, but instead of being dedicated or forged by... Wow, what is going on with my left ear? Hello, tinnitus.
It happens.
Okay, that was disrupting. His sword is glowing with a chaotic energy, one might say. Other than that, he's just chilling right now. The more boys get to go. This one sees what his goblins are doing. Will jump over them. Yo. Moving to the next zone. And will wordlessly attack you because that's what he's good at doing. This one will also move over. Meow, meow, and end it. All right, right there. Goblins. Who cares about the goblins? Alrighty, more boy on Trackos. Same old force to hit, I think.
You have a bonus armor.
You have one more armor, so he's gonna need to be successful. That's fail. That's success. That's fucked. It can be a success. Okay, we got 4 more successes, so you will suffer 1 whole damage after your armor.
So it was 4 successes.
Plus 1. 1 plus success. Yeah. And that's him. That's all he's got. He's like, kill me. Oh. Okay. This one actually forgot to move as well. Rushing past the guy. Coxmas gets to go. This one will look out, see what's going on. Alright, well this one just saw you cast spells, so it will move to get a better angle. This one looks at Braga, can't really see her, but he can see Trackos, and even though it's going to hit the orc, I don't think he cares. I think he's just going to shoot at Trackos.
Legitimate.
Okay, Trackos, we'll start with you. You will be shot at. By a gun. Who doesn't like good old gun? Piercing spread, 2-handed. Alright. Your defense is good?
Good.
Alright, then 5
Actually,
hit.
Oh yeah, no, because it's just armor I was given, eh?
Yeah.
Yep.
Alright, those are all failures. Meaning they miss. Which is unfortunate. Yeah, alright, well, Kalara, you're gonna get shot at again.
Okay.
This one you do not have cover from because they have a clear line of sight on you.
Okay.
That is a miss. That is a miss. That is a hit, and that's another hit. You still have average defense, right?
Yes.
Okay, cool.
And now 3 armor, thanks to Braga.
Okay. Well, you only suffer 1 damage then. However, your good old friend, the Bitter Grub, suffers 2. And I need to see if they have any wounds before I kill them.
I don't think so.
Okay.
No, Bitter Grub does not have wounds. Let me see if they're...
Oh, hang on. They actually have 1 armor already. So I dealt 1 more damage than I should have last round.
Oh. And they do have 2 armor now, thanks to Braga.
So it suffered 2 last time. So it would only be at what? It has 3 wounds because of your training? Correct?
I'm not. Let me see here.
It should get a bonus of something. Your companion gains a bonus to their toughness equal to your soul. What's your soul?
My soul is 2.
Okay, so they're at 3 toughness.
Yeah.
They got shot for 2. That was mitigated by armor. So your Bitter Grub is now at 1. 1 more hit will kill your Bitter
Okay.
Grub.
They've taken one damage each turn.
Yes.
Okay. Sounds good.
Okay. Look, guys. Normally I don't mind murdering pets, but today I'm being nice.
Thanks,
and
John.
That is our Chaos Dwarves. Braga, that's you.
All right. See, I didn't need to be healed at all.
Sure.
Nobody even attacked me. The cowards. I will use a medal to maintain my miracle.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna go see if I can hit this orc over here.
Okay.
What is its
they
defense?
have good defense.
Okay, so I have not good attack, so be 5s to hit.
5s to hit. That is 1 success. Can a focus point bump anything up?
Focus point will make that a rend to remove one of his armor.
You will remove his armor, bringing him to 0 armor.
And 2 damage.
2 damage. Okay. Very nice.
Alright. So everybody still got a +1 to their armor. Done.
Done. NASCAR.
Alrighty. Trakos, cut this man down.
Thank you. 4 still?
4 still, yeah.
So I bump 1 up, so that's 3 successes. So 5 damage.
5 damage kills him. Just enough, thanks to the rend.
Very nice.
Alright, I'm gonna do this jump. Yeah, I'm gonna do this jump, use my medal. Can I attack jump and attack them at the same time?
So your movement will have to be resolved first, which will trigger their reaction, and then you will be able to use your medal to, well, probably just instantly destroy them. But let me go ahead and see what they need to do as, like rugby players, these 3 diminutive, mostly starved goblins will try to shove the 400-pound, before armor man into the fucking moat of lava. Make a body might roll, resisted by the target's body might or body reflexes. If you succeed, the target is shoved. Okay.
Yeah, they're gonna need to roll 6s across the board.
I think this is a contest, so you both are looking for as many 4s as you can get.
Alright, you ready?
I am ready, yes.
So I got a total of... I only got 2?
Oh, shit.
A shit roll.
Alrighty. Body might. Swarm, blah blah blah. Act as 1, add 1d6 per thing. Alright. So they only have 3 die. So if I roll... Actually, we're gonna make this public. Alright?
Hell yeah.
I'm rolling 3d6 publicly. If we get all 4s or 4 ups,
we
shove you into the moat of lava.
It's a 12% chance.
He's dreaming.
You shove past them, Trakos. They try. One guy gets a good lock on your leg and like stops you from like fully striding in, but the other 2, because they are chained to his arms, miss you entirely with just weak. Oh, don't do it! Cry out. You may now complete your turn.
I outnumber them. Well, sorry, they outnumber me, so I also get my Warwalk and Underdog.
So...
No, I think that triggers at the start of your turn.
Yes.
You might have to check it.
Because they are a singular unit, they technically don't outnumber you.
Damn it! I wanted to have that extra oomph. What's their armor? Are they 3? Oh,
4.
So what is...
1, 2's to hit.
Yeah, I was gonna say, they're fucked.
Yeah. Yeah, you instantly just break their necks and doom guy them across the board, throwing bodies. Like, they weigh 40 pounds. You just pick them up and just throw them into the lava.
Oh, I wanted to keep one body just in case I need another weapon.
Well, that's unfortunate because once they're still chained together.
Yeah, I know. I could have,
like a barrel of monkeys go into the lava pit.
Red Rover, send Tracos over. Ah!
I could have used them as a whip weapon.
These grots run from the chaos spawn because fuck that noise. This one is more than happy not to be in combat. These guys will... Now's our time to run away! These ones are still... Do we have to go out? Yeah. These guys will... I guess gawk. That's what they'll do. They will gawk at you all. These ones are just looking for a way across and realize that they are entirely trapped on their little island that someone else put them on.
How did we get here? Fuck!
Let us out! Come on! But evil. That's what their voices sound like. Okay, that's the grots. They do fuck all, boys. The chaos spawn is fast.
Shit.
Fast creatures. Where's speed? This might matter. Speed. Fast. Free action to move anywhere within your zone. And you can use your move to move up to 2 zones away. Jesus Christ. Alright, it is going to haul ass straight to you, Tracos. It sees you. It knows you as its arch enemy. And now John has to find its stats. Alright, it has great attack, average defense, 1 armor, 14 toughness. Traits! The one with all the gifts. The Dark God's gifts, blah, 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 blah. Its body ripples and changes as the magic of chaos fluxes within it. At the beginning of its turn, roll 1d6. Someone roll me a 1d6. Three. Okay, 3 to 4 is the Chaos Spawn Surfeit of Magic. Turns aside other spells that target it. The Chaos Spawn doubles its dice pool for any test to resist the effects of a spell. Additionally, the Chaos Spawn's armor is doubled for the purpose of calculating damage from spells. So, much like how the runic sigils on the Chaos Dwarves' armor sparked, this thing's flesh is glowing with a strange orange and black aura that doesn't matter against Tracos, but Kalara, you realize this thing is much more resistant to your magical bullshit.
That's okay.
It will then use its freakish mutations to crush and pierce our good friend Tracos. 3, 6, 8d6 plus 1 damage. Let's see if we can one-shot our murder monster that is Doomguy Tracos.
Holy
That's
cow.
a fail. That's a... What's your defense? Good or great?
I'm good.
Alright, that's
but like,
3
even at max roll, he can't one-hit me. I'm fine.
Okay. I'm just looking to see what he is going to hit you at. He has a 1-up on the ladder, so he's hitting you on 3s. So that's a success. Any focus? No focus. Okay. Fail. Success. Success. Alright, the last 3. Oh my god. He definitely will not one-shot you, but he will damage you at least more than the orcs did. For 6 damage before mitigation. So 2.
He did 1 more than the orcs.
He did 1 more, exactly.
Before I call him out as a challenge and then just gain more armor and more damage against him.
Indeed. But Tracos, you are being shoved by this weight. You are essentially trapped on the edge of a lava moat. That has nothing to do with this turn, though. Kalara!
Okay. Hold on. I'm trying to figure out what my my toughness is fine. Okay. I'm going to use my metal to double my training in channeling, and I'm going to fire another blast of energy, this time at the Dwarden here on the right.
Okay.
So that's gonna give me +2 on this spell.
All right. Metal specifically calls out that if you are dealing with guys that have a lot of armor, consider using what you are doing to its greatest effect to overcome it. It's a good job.
Okay. Wow, very low here.
You can bump that 3 to a 4, though.
Yeah, so that'll be 4 damage.
All right. There you go. You clip them.
I'm gonna see, like, developing kind of an understanding of this like strange ranged weaponry. I'm gonna close the distance while flying, and I use my great scythe to fire the blast, and now I'm like in melee range with him with my weapon.
Okay, your bitter grub is also in range. Can it attack on its own, or do you need to call it out?
I believe I have to spend an action to tell it to do something, and then it using that can do both a movement and an action.
Okay. Cool. Your bitter grub's chilling then, bleeding from orifices as you close the difference.
Hey.
Okay. Chaos Warrior gets to move. He looks at the thing, mutters something through his helmet, and will begin to walk on over with his own great sword. The Moor Boy gets to go. Sees the Chaos Spawn, the thing that would eat him if he would disobey an order, and then sees that Kalara just made herself a target and is like, ha 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 ha, choosing not to fuck with the Chaos Spawn or get in their way. Excuse me. Kalara, this thing's gonna try to hit you in your back.
Okay.
What is your defense average?
Average.
And 3's to hit. Alright. 1 success. 2, 3, 4. Yeesh. All but 1, so 6 damage.
Ooh. Okay.
Does that bring you down to wound territory?
No. 6 damage? Okay, I'm down to 2 toughness.
Okay. Oh, because you have a lot of armor.
Yeah.
Okay. Very nice. For some reason, I can't see your armor anymore. No big deal. That was that Moor Boy. This one... Everyone's kind of distracted, but I think he will jump over using his movement and then action to vault with his great auric might, but that's it for him. All right, our boys, my boys in blue. This one sees Trakos fighting the Chaos Spawn, hopes that thing can take care of itself. We'll look at Braga, who I think is going to get cover no matter what. Yeah. I think I'm going to give you some cover here, Braga, because of this great big cogwheel. So Braga, we're shooting at you.
All right, my defense is great with the cover.
Okay, very nice. Then average to hit, so fucking 5s to hit or 6s to hit.
So yeah, 6 to hit.
That is 1 success, so 3 damage.
Mitigated to 1.
Okay. The other cogsmith has to choose what is known as the switch to your sidearm is faster than reloading maneuver, and bust out his axe to whack you with it. Your defense is still average, so these are 4s to hit. Oh my god, he's rolling like a god for 4 more damage. No rending. Yep, to you.
Okay, I'm down to 1 toughness. Oof.
Okay. Very nice. Braga, that brings us to you, bud.
All right. Listen, they're looking at this Chaos Spawn and thinking he'll be fine. I'm looking at Trakos and thinking he'll be fine. We'll see how it goes. I'm more worried about what's going on with our tree friend over there, and I'm going to use my movement to leap across, and then close. Looks like I can't really easily get in on this Duarden over here, so I guess I'll close over to here.
Very nice.
And swing at it with my battle axe.
Okay.
It's a backstabbing conga line.
Yeah.
Yeah. What's its defense at? I think they were good, right?
Yes, they are good, so 5s to hit.
So 1 success, but I'm pretty sure that
the armor,
that's 2.
It only has
damage.
1 armor, so you will do 1 damage to it.
All right, and I will use my metal to continue our bonus armor.
Okay. Your bonus armor is coming out strong. Trakos, it is you versus this fuck huge chaos spawn. You challenge it. As an action, choose a creature within medium range. Definitely within medium range. If a creature attacks any target other than you, its melee and accuracy decrease 1 step. If the target is a spell, blah, 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 we don't care. More importantly, your melee increases 1 step when attacking the target of your challenge. This effect lasts until the end of combat. Okay. That is your action. I'm assuming you're using metal to just attack it now. Millman?
I said, yeah, but I just realized I was muted. Righteous Hatred, which one's that?
That's a great question.
What?
Ooh.
Does this count as demons?
You know, it should. It is a mortal corrupted by chaos.
No, it doesn't count.
Unfortunately.
They're separate.
Yeah.
Well, still gonna attack it.
Yeah, fuck it up.
It's got 1 lower than me for...
Yes, it
defense?
has average defense. It is not a very... It does not care to defend itself.
So I'm 2 up above it then, because I get an extra +1. So I hit on 2s. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Okay. And you
and then I bump that 1 up to 5. Max damage, 7 damage.
7 damage strikes it.
Can I squeeze around to this side so it's not going to push me in the lava?
I don't think you can. I think you are currently fixed. It's too big. There's this great big cogwheel. If you had like a full move, like you could go this way for sure.
Oh, that's fine then. I'll do that.
Okay. Perfect. Now I can push you in the other pit of lava. Alrighty. That is the Grot's turn. The Grots, they're shitters. You know, they're not combatants. If they were like dedicated to this cause, they would be all for it. But they're like, they see what's going on. They see the thing that will eat them if they ever disobey. And these guys are going to try to break their chains and run off. We'll see if they're successful later. These 3, or 9, take a look at each other and must make a cognitive goblin check. Can someone just roll me a 1d6 real quick?
I got it.
1d6 for entering goblin mode. You want a 5 or a 6?
Come on, goblin mode.
Unfortunate. They are still currently too afraid to turn on their singular captor, who's just watching them all with a shotgun. And these guys are going to make their first athletics check. They get 3 attempts. If one of them fucking fails, it's going into the lava. All right, one of them fails. They try jumping across over to here. Two of them make it, but the guy in the middle is like, ah! And just lets out a terrible scream as he gets submerged in the lava. However, those two, no longer having to worry about the middle guy, can snap their chains off and make a break for it. Not that there's anywhere to go, but they can. They need freedom. All right, this Chaos Spawn gets to roll a 1d6 for mutation. That's a 6. What's a 6? The Chaos Spawn is temporarily lucid. It realizes what it has become and is stunned until the end of its turn. God.
Fuck you.
I thought 6s were good. What?
They are good.
For us.
They're good for us.
What does stun do? Unbelievable. I was like, oh, it's gonna do something cool. It's gonna attack with better.
Stunned can take either an action or move, but not both. They cannot spend metal. Their speed is slow, so he's no longer fast. And his defense decreases 1 step.
Oh my god. Well, it doesn't matter about that because he's already hitting on 2s.
Yeah.
I guess he will attack as his only action, really. You, Trakos, look into the eyes of the just deformed human skull that this person once was. And as it blinks, seeing like its reflection in your death mask of Sigmar, you watch it scream out, not in like enragement or hatred of you, but fear into what it has become. And it will attack you, needing 4s to hit? No,
yep.
Yeah, 4. What's your defense?
I'm good.
Okay, then 3s to hit.
3.
That's a lot of 6s.
Next turn, if that orc steps up, it'll be back to 4s.
Okay.
I love that you both just get to hit each other on really low numbers. Like,
yeah, 6 more damage,
just
so you suffer
fucking
another 2.
slugfest.
Another 2. The difference is I'm winning.
Okay. That's how you
I haven't taken any wounds, just toughness damage, and he's hitting me for like he's chipping away.
He's chipping away. All right, Kalara, that brings us to you. We have a little conga line of violence going on near you.
Yeah, we sure do.
What's the play?
I'm debating. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and like drop my like kelp hair into the ground, and it's gonna begin soaking up like the rich minerals in this ashen
literal iron.
Yeah, to try and heal myself.
Okay.
We haven't really done anything with like improved dice pools in certain environments. Obviously, I'm not native to this world, so like green magic probably won't benefit from it, but just a reminder that it's a mechanic we've talked about.
So the counter to life is death magic. If you were in Shaiish, where Braga is from, you would have a malice. And if you were in Gyra, you would have a bonus.
Okay. All right. So I'm going to cast Realm Blood on myself. And I'm going to...
Let's resolve that first before...
Well, I'm debating if I want to double my training for this using my metal, or if I just want to do a second action. I'm just going to do a second action.
Okay.
So that is 1 success with my focus.
Okay. You cast Realm Blood. You summon the healing to revitalize yourself. You regain 1 toughness. Okay.
Okay. And then with my second action...
You're gonna do it again?
No, I'm going to cast a different spell this time. my all the kelp will like retract out of the ground, and this time it's going to like stretch out and span towards all enemies in this zone. I don't know how we want to handle these enemies over here. You describe them as being in the same zone.
They're technically in the zone, but I think you're gonna hit your allies too, right? Show me your spell.
Yeah, here, I will cast the spell.
Okay.
And that is
kelp springs forth.
Elastic and tough kelp, especially iron-infused kelp now. Spring forth, wrapping all enemies within the zone in a restrictive envelope. With my focus, I got the 2 successes I needed, so I meet just the minimum to cast the spell. And now all creatures in the zone must make a difficulty for
plus
or
success
S.
body. So
that would be you need
4
2
or 2 4s.
Yeah. And otherwise they're restrained and their accuracy and melee are reduced.
All right. Allies, we're gonna resolve you first because I have to pull up 3 different stat blocks to find out what I need to roll. We need a body reflexes test from both of you, and you are looking for 2 4s.
Weird wording on that. I'm not sure if it's supposed to only hit enemies or not.
I mean,
all creatures. That is a failure from Millman, so he is restrained. And then we need 1 from Braga. Okay. Kelp suddenly spawns from your friend, shooting out over in a weird arc. Just slight explosion. The lava seems to contain it partially as the plant matter is burned outwards. However, for the rest of this zone, it is covered within it. Both of you are restrained. Let's start with the chaos spawn, since that's right in front of me. Body is... Oh, Jesus. 7d6? I don't think... Holy fuck. Okay, yeah, 5 body plus 2d6 for reflexes. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, cool. Passes... Yeah. Barely passes, surprisingly, on that. The other one is a Moor boy. So, come here, Moor boy. You have 1d6 plus body, so that's 5d6 for you. Ugh. That is also a pass from the first one, and the other one makes the same save. Kalara, you may want to end the spell. And then the Dwarden goes. You have to hit the Dwarden, right? Copium?
Did both orcs pass?
Both orcs passed, along with the Chaos Board.
What about the shotgunner?
I'm looking him up now.
Sick.
He gets 2 plus 1. Alright. The shotgunner fails and is restrained as well.
Great. We'll end the spell right after his turn.
Okay. The Chaos Warrior gets to go. We'll move.
If he jumps, can I kick him into the lava?
You would have to ready your action to do that.
God damn it.
Yeah, this is not 5th edition, unfortunately. Honestly, I don't think he's gonna risk it.
No, and I don't think there's enough space for him to land there, right?
There is just a tiny bit, but the orc is about to take up that space, so he's like, I'll just wait another turn, fuck it. The orc gets to go, woo! And we'll attack a restrained... Where did this kelp come from, he asks? Restrained you are lowering his defense by 1, is what you remember?
Yep.
I thought it was attack.
It's it'll do attack by 2 and defense by 1.
Oh, okay.
The way it's written.
That doesn't seem right. Okay. Restrained. No, that's restraining. What is the restrained condition?
A restrained creature cannot move. Melee accuracy and defense decrease 1 step.
Okay. That's what I thought.
So I have average defense, good attack.
Alright, then he's 3s to hit you on 6s, or 66, I believe? Yes, 66, 3s to hit. 1, 6. Oh my god. Oh my god. Well, he hits you twice, but your armor's gonna cover all the damage. I rolled, I rolled shit there. I was like 2 2s and 2 1s. Alright. The Moor boy, despite having the best chance he would ever have against you, is like kind of afraid of the kelp, I suppose. And his weapon bounces off your Sigmarite armor.
I mean,
he's probably never seen kelp in his life.
Yeah, I was about to say the same thing. He's probably never seen water or kelp.
I don't think the orcs know how to swim.
They do not. They're fungi.
They float though. So
if they ever find water,
who is restrained has an axe. So he will axe you a question, Kalara, seeing your bullshit magic. I think it's just 3d6 to hit. Currently his attack is poor, so 5s to hit.
Yep.
And he'll miss all 3, so do no damage. You will then end your spell. I believe you can end your spell. Actually, hang on. I don't know if you can end your spell. Because this isn't 5th edition. I know I said it, but I think once a magic spell is cast, it's just cast.
Doesn't it have a duration then?
It does.
Yeah.
Till the next
It's just
round.
1 round. Yeah.
Oh, well, by the end of the round, it goes away. So.
It won't matter anyway, yeah. Okay. Well, it'll matter for Braga. Let me just go ahead and check. In Warhammer, you usually just, whatever, once the spell is unleashed, you have no control over it. And I think that's how we're going to rule it. So, Evine, make sure to hold me to that later if I ever forget.
I'll keep looking while we keep moving through the turn order.
Okay. Yeah. Braga, it's your turn.
All right. Well, listen, I don't feel like attacking with poor attack is super efficient here. So I'll use my metal again to maintain my miracle, and okay. I will tell a tale.
Oh, you're gonna tell a tale. What tale do you tell?
The same tale we tell every day about how Grimnir died.
Okay. You must make a soul entertain test. Free action on your turn. Very good.
So let's see. Target DN is 6. So I've got 2 successes, which means that yeah. Any ally that starts their turn in my zone can deal additional damage equal to their successes.
So 2 more damage.
Oh, I'm gonna cut this fucking Chaos Spawn down. Let's go, boys.
Okay. Trakos, you are outnumbered at the start of your turn. What happens?
So, I get underdog and bulwark.
Okay. Your defense increases, and bulwark, your melee increases as well. So rather than being decreased by 2, you're only decreased by 1. So you are now at good?
Great.
Or
Great.
great? You're great against the spawn, good against the orc. Or just average?
And I have good defense again if I'm restrained.
Okay.
Let's attack this chaos spawn, shall we?
Let's do it.
What's his armor?
It's still average.
So it's 3s to hit.
3s to hit now.
So all hits.
All hits? Oh, God. Yeah,
so
that'll do it.
that's 7, 8, 9 damage. 10 damage? No? 9? Hold up. Mathematics is hard. I haven't slept enough.
I think 9.
If you do 9, you will kill it.
Well then, yeah, it is 9 for... it is 9 because he is my challenge.
He is your challenge. Okay.
Well, and Braga gave 2 more damage, so that's like...
I've already counted that.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah. The great sword pierces this chaos spawn's chest. Normally, these things have to be hunted down in teams or, well, faced with great might. And you bring that might today, Trakos, as you drive your greatsword into its body, slaying the thing that in its final lucid moments realizes what's happening to it.
Always happens to chaos. They're like, we're winning, and then they get all lucid, and then they lose.
They lose hard. That was your first action.
Yeah, I'm going to cut down the orc while I still got the buffs.
Okay.
Is it 3s or 4s on the orc? Orc has no
orc
armor,
is
right?
good. So it's 4s for you.
Oof.
Okay.
That'll be 2 successes plus 4 damage. So 6 damage to the orc.
Oh my God. Alright, do that too. Oh. You look at this orc completely naked, just wielding a strange pickaxe in hand, as you turn around and look at the true threats, just waiting for you to finish. The Grots, roll for goblin mode. Someone roll me a 1d6.
I can do that.
Yeah.
Not if I get there first.
They goblin mode it up. Guys, do you know what happens when a goblin goes goblin mode?
Run for your lives!
2 days later, they wake up being convicted for several crimes. And this one is going to be called betraying your master. As 9 goblins descend upon a currently unseen dwarf who's looking around with his shotgun, was getting ready to shoot if something happened, but is surprised as the Grots attack. They are a swarm of 9 right now. They will use their weapons as stabbers. Can someone roll me 11d6?
I rolled the last thing. Somebody else.
He's on that. He was like, hell yeah, brother. Let me roll that shit.
You're looking for 5s. That's 3 successes. Do they have focus? They do not have focus.
There's no focus. They're Gretchen.
So that is 4 damage on this guy as they swarm him. You have 2 armor. That will bring us to a new fight going on, just right out of sight. I love going goblin mode. Alright. They are technically 1 unit now as well, but we don't care about that. Celt Mistress Kalara, you see that these goblins are breaking their chains, and John will roll to see if they go goblin. They go goblin mode! They will snap their chains and make a break for it. These last 2 will do the same. These 3 are just have to roll to see if they go goblin mode. They don't go goblin mode. These 2 see some of their allies running. Who wants to roll goblin mode for these guys?
I can do that.
Do it, Mill.
Roll goblin mode for these guys. They may do it.
They goblin it.
The goblins are goblining.
While this guy is like trying to take shots at Trackos, he is unaware that 6 goblins show up behind him.
They're gonna shank his ass.
No, they're gonna shove his ass
to the lava.
into the lava. All right. Who wants to roll? This is body shove. Who wants to roll me 7d6 real quick?
I got you.
All right.
Just because these are my goblins, they get 4 successes.
3 6s and a 5. That's 4 successes. Against the cogsmith, who now must brace himself or be thrown asunder. This is... All right, 2 plus 1 is often 3. All right, guys, he is shoved into the lava and will begin to burn and die as the goblins let out a mighty howl. And then they look at the Chaos Warrior, who's just staring at them, and will spend the rest of their movement running away.
There's actually a environmental trait for Deadly Hazard when you enter a
damage,
yeah, it's just 5 damage immediately, and when you start your turn there. So
yeah,
get
so essentially this guy's dead. Even if it's mitigated by armor, he only had 5 or 4 life left, I believe.
Yeah,
I can't remember, but either way, he's just completely fucked. The goblin mode, boys. Who doesn't love goblins? Kalara, I believe that brings us to you, now that all the goblins have either gone goblin mode or not.
You know, despite the best intentions, I think we've all learned a valuable lesson about Kalara's magic. And I think she needs to make up for it, so I believe I'll use my metal to perform an additional action, and I will cast Realm Blood on both of my allies to heal them up.
Okay, so your action and metal action is just to cast Realm Blood?
Yeah, so I'll heal Trackos.
Is there a range on that?
Long.
Oh, perfect.
So
Trackos, you will heal for 3.
2.
No. 2. Yep.
Yep, and then another one for
and another one.
Braga. That'll be 4 for Braga.
Very nice.
That's huge.
Braga, you are healed up to 7 toughness. Trackos, you should be at 4 now.
Yep.
Any movement you want to take, Miss Flyer, branch person?
No.
Okay. Chaos Warrior gets to go. Looks at Chaos Jordan, gets shoved in. Here's what is undoubtedly goblins going goblin mode. His Chaos Spawn is dead. Chaos Warrior has to choose. Let me look at his movement real quick. I can get rid of this now. Chaos Warrior has normal movement. Does he have to use his action to go into a different zone? Or is it just his move?
You can move one zone with your move.
Thank you. Yeah, he will jump over here. And ready himself for Trackos. Just go to the back. There we go. Trackos, your enemy is waiting for you to finish up your fight so that you can fight him one-on-one. Mano a mano. And the Moor boy...
I've only used my challenge, damn it.
It's true.
Did you heal, Millman?
I did, I've healed.
Oh, fuck.
I don't think this token updated.
Yeah, the tokens don't like updating.
Oh, there it goes. Okay.
It's because I apparently didn't click off it.
Oh, okay.
So it's just like you're still editing.
Your armor will absorb the hit entirely that the Moor boy gives you. Kalara, though, he's still hitting you on 3s. Oh my god. Okay, 4 damage for Kalara.
Okay. I have 3 armor still, so I take 1 and go back down to 1 because I remember I healed for 1 health. I've got one toughness, baby.
I'm gonna wound you. The cogsmith, now free of the roots, because everyone is, will hit you with a cleaver as well. He only gets 3d6 here. He's average, so he needs 4s.
Mm-hmm.
He gets 2 hits for 3 damage.
3 armor.
Okay. Unfortunate. I'm just making sure okay. I was not looking at the stat block when that happened. Braga!
Alright, I'll use my metal to maintain the armor. And I will swing at this orc in front of me, who has defense of good.
Yep.
Alright, that means my target is a 5.
Oh boy. That's 1 success.
2 successes and a rend. So 3 damage.
You rend his armor and damage him.
Alright.
Okay.
It's my turn.
Trakos, there's 1 orc on you.
Let's fuck bitches get money. So,
Okay.
cut that bitch down first. I'm no longer restrained, so it's 4s or 3s to hit. He has no armor for 3s. So.
He is good defense.
Oh, is he?
Yes.
Nice.
So 4s to hit, unless you
Yep.
have great.
So that's enough damage.
All you needed was 3 damage, and you would have killed him. You
Yeah.
cut
Crushed
him
him
down.
Then my sorry, was it steel?
I'm sorry?
Grit. Whatever the what's
Your
it
metal.
called? Metal. Thank you. I was close.
Sure.
I was working around it. I'm going to pop that bitch and
Before you move,
Yeah.
you should know that this guy is clearly waiting for you.
Oh, I know.
Okay?
Actually,
Like, this is the duel of fates right now. Literally, lava. You're fighting.
can I throw
It's
the
normally
orcs?
you're. I'm
Can
sorry.
I
Go
throw
ahead.
the orc? Can I throw the orc's chopper at him?
I don't see why not.
Yeah. What do I roll for a ranged attack? I've never actually done a ranged attack.
You have an aiming thing.
Yep. It doesn't have anything on there. I need to know how that's
Then
worked
you have
out.
no aiming ability, and it
All
would
right,
just
so
be
I'm just-
your mind.
All right. So I did 1. I have 1
sorry?
mind. I have
You have
1 mind.
then roll me a d6, I guess.
Let's fucking go, boys.
Just this mindless murder robot picks up a rock and just.
I go. What's his armor? What's his to hit?
You will hit him.
Fuck
No,
yeah!
wait.
What's the?
Wait. No, never mind. You would have poor aim right now, so you'd need a 6 to hit him.
Okay. That's fair. That's fair.
Yeah.
Well, I threw it, and then that'll be my turn. I'll make him come to me.
Okay, you make him come to you. The Grot. Goblin mode. Someone roll 11d6 real quick. Oh, I
Coron, you
forgot.
want-
Hang on.
Oh, there we go.
Okay, we'll just take the first numbers. This cogsmith has to actually murder a couple goblins. Alright. He kills 3 of the 6 goblins last turn, so there's only 6 goblins remaining, so we'll take the first 6. Plus
Where is this
2.
happening? Up here to the north?
Yeah, you can't see it, but it's happening. Just in the shadows, you're hearing the and I'll kill you. I'm gonna kill you.
I'll get you.
Okay. Stabbers. So 1 plus success damage. They have poor attack against average, so they need 5s. So we get 1, 2. All right, just 1. It looks like. One. No, actually 2 hits. So they're gonna do 3 damage. Bring this guy to 4 health. I think this guy's gonna just Shrek him here in a moment. This one gets to see if it goes goblin mode. It goes goblin mode, boys! They will dash all the way across the zone and sprint to get over.
Ballistic skill is still body. I could have hit him. Oh, well.
Oh. Yeah, he has too much armor for you to...
Yeah, I probably wouldn't have got him with a throw.
Yeah, he still would have need to roll 6s. It's just interesting to note.
But it would have been comical to have thrown it and hit him, even though it would have done no damage.
It's true. You hit him with the thing, it just bounces off. He's like, what are you doing? Come on. Most of the goblins run off the field, so I'm just taking them off. There's still a few left that we'll have to resolve with the cogsmith. And that's it. Those are the grots. Grot, baby. Kalara. Only a few more left.
I know. Somehow I've made it through this. Okay. Here's what we're gonna do. We are going to melee attack this guy, the shotgunner, the hatchet. Now he's a hatchet boy though.
Okay.
So yeah, we're gonna melee him. What is his defense?
He is average.
I am also average, so that'll be 4s.
4s to hit. Yeah. Cut him down. He is heavily
armored.
armored.
That is 2 successes. Now, here's the fun thing about my weapon.
Yeah.
My great scythe has cleave. On cleave, each result of a 6 deals 1 damage to all other enemies within close range.
Okay. So you spin around your great scythe, and solely because this guy does not have armor, you will hit him. Does it? No, yeah, 6s.
It just does 1 damage to all enemies, all other enemies within close range. So yeah, this guy takes 1, and then this guy, the damage is normal. So
do you not get a bonus to anything?
Oh, I'm sorry. I should have rolled the weapon. I've never rolled my weapon before. So the weapon is just 1 damage on top of that.
Okay, cool. So
and
you will deal 1 damage to this guy who has 2 armor.
Yeah, here's the proof.
Perfect. I believe you. You rolled the same thing too. Wow.
I rolled the exact same thing.
Okay, that was your first action. Any metal actions?
Wow, that was fun. I kind of want to do it again.
It's time to do it again.
I think I'm gonna use my metal to use. Oh, what's? Is there like a dodge action?
I believe so.
Let me look.
I think it's called defense. Defend. Choose an ally. Dodge. Until the start of your next turn, your defense increases by 1 step, and you add 1d6 to your dice pool for body reflex test.
Okay. Yeah. I think I'll do that.
Your defense is now good, then.
Yeah.
All right. The Chaos Warrior sees you throw the glove and moves up. Okay. Chaos Warrior. He has a great blade. This flaming great sword. Okay. What is your defense currently? Millman?
My defense currently is, I believe it is still good.
Okay. Then he is at 4s to hit you. He has 2 focus points and does a lot of damage.
Is he? No, he's not a demon. No. Continue.
He is a mortal.
Fucking mortals.
He will deal... He needs 4s to hit you? Okay, well that's... annoying. His dice pool rolled an awkward set of number. I think that's only 6 damage he'll deal to you then.
Oh, I only take 2.
Okay. He will strike at you. Realize he should have been doing a little bit more with his energy, as that's all he can do. This one does not have metal. All right.
That's unlucky.
That is unlucky, because you're probably going to cleave him in half here in a second.
Yeah,
the Moorboy, the only Moorboy remaining, swears he's going to kill Kalara. He's at least going to make you remember him. You are dodging, which means he needs force to hit you.
I have good defense, yeah.
Yeah. All right. That is 2. Does he have focus? Question mark. If he has focus, he has 1 focus. And he's going to bump that 3 to a 4 and deal 4 damage to you.
Okay, I am at 0 toughness.
All right. Any further damage is a wound. As the
Speaking of further damage.
I'm sorry?
Nothing. Sorry.
Okay. The 2 cogsmiths get to go. One is burning alive in lava and dies this round. The other one has to fight some goblins real quick, so I'm just going to do that real fast. Alright, he kills 4 goblins. The goblins wish they were not goblin moding so much, as there are only 2 left now. The other one will strike at you, Kalara, and try to kill you while you are distracted with an orc hatchet in your back. Where are you? Nope, wrong thing. Alright, 3d6. They are 5s to hit you. That's 1 success, so 2 damage. Your armor mitigates it. You do not take a wound.
I know you wanted it so bad.
I want it so bad.
All right, I will take a swing at this guy in front of me.
All right, he's got 2 toughness left. How does it feel to be ignored as a fire slayer?
Pretty rude, but I honestly, you know, a soft target like that.
Yeah.
You know.
Apparently, much tougher than they thought. They're like, oh, this tree, I have an axe, I'll kill it.
They have good defense, right? So.
Yep.
Should be
They're
right.
naturally good at fighting. You will do
so
enough,
that
though.
is, yeah.
3 damage is 1 more than needed. You kick his body into the lava as you cut him down.
And I will sneak by the grub here, I guess. That I think is nominally
it's
on.
attached to Kalara, so you can move around it.
All right. That's and then I'm using my thing to keep the armor.
I gotcha, bro. Trakos, you are now fighting against Darth Maul. What do you do?
Alrighty. Fuck you, Darth Maul.
True.
Alright, I'm going to first just normal attack him. Okay.
Okay. He has good defense, so force to hit.
Okay. Now let's hope I roll well.
Ooh.
So, hold up. That's 3 successes plus 2 plus 1. But bending blows. Your heavy strikes are enough to sunder armor. Instead of dealing damage, you can reduce the success to fuck his armor, right?
Oh, fuck. When did you get this?
That was the feat I took instead of building up other shit.
Oh, nice. You can choose to sunder the target's armor instead of dealing damage. The armor is reduced by your successes on the attack up to a maximum of 1, plus your focus and might. Okay.
What's your focus and might? Oh, you've got 1 focus and might.
Yeah, so 2.
2 armor.
Focus 2 and might. The maximum you could reduce in armor is 3?
Yeah, so you can't drop him to 0. But I fuck his armor, right?
You sure do.
And then I'm gonna hit him again.
All right. He goes down to 1 armor as his black metal carapace, I suppose, is rent asunder.
So now it's 2s to hit him, right?
It is... No, it's... You just reduce the mitigation that he would do to the weapon.
That's fine then.
Yeah.
That's even better. So it's 4s to hit. Come on, roll better this time. Fuck's sake. That's still 3 hits though. So he
3
takes
hits, 5 damage, which turns to 4 damage.
Hold up, I get the extra damage, don't I? Or is that buff ended?
What extra damage?
Your song thing ran out, didn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. That's for 1 round.
Oh, okay. Yep. There you go. Well, he still takes a bunch of damage. Who gives a fuck?
You do a considerable amount to him. Okay,
Yeah.
grots are... They scatter. They're running away. All right. Kelp Mistress, the grots are running for it. What do you do?
Ooh, good question. I'm going to cast Realm Blood on myself to try and come back up from...
Howard, come on, fight him. Shove him. Just do a shove action.
All right, fuck it. We're gonna shove this guy in lava.
Hell yeah.
Wait, I have no athletics. We're not doing that.
Come on, be cool. Be a cool guy.
No, I'm not.
He needs to roll 3 successes to damage you. There's no
Be a cool guy and let me kill this dude. Yeah, I agree.
All right. I'm going to cast. Okay, fine. Here, John. I will disengage and fly away.
Wow. All right.
And go take some cover behind the cogwheel again.
All right. Perfect. He switches to his sidearm. A Chaos Warrior gets to go. He will try to cut down Trakos, the true champion of his enemy. Forced to hit still. Oh my god, bro. Can you roll better? Alright. Nope. That's cheating. There we go. 6 more damage.
Okay, so I'm now at 0 toughness.
Alright. I'll wound you, he promises. The Moor boys are dead. They are off. The Cogsmith looks at Braga and is like, hey, can you let me get 1 shot off, please?
Bro, I don't think I can stop you. That's not in the rules.
You're right. He takes out his shotgun and shoots at Kalora. Giving him 1 last opportunity to kill the grub, which is all he really wanted. Oh my god, now he's actually rolling really well. 4s to hit, so that's 3. That's 4 damage he deals to you, Kalara. Which I believe will kill your grub as well.
Or half is 2 armor of the grub would be 2, because it was in my thing when I did the armor thing last.
Did I hear you're attacking my grub?
Oh.
So I think the grub's still fine.
Are you shooting me in my grub?
Your grub has 1 toughness, yeah. What do you know? Alright, I'll give it 1 toughness back, but I'm not taking the X off. Kalara, you suffer 1 point of damage after armor mitigation.
Okay. So I get a minor wound.
You get a minor wound.
All right, let me look up minor wounds again.
That's a great point. God, wounds, minor wound. You take a minor wound. This fills 1 space of the track. That's it. It does nothing else.
Oh, that's it? Oh, okay.
That's all it does. Thanks, man. He says, Braga, you may now kill this man.
Well, we'll see about that. He's got armor and stuff, so it's probably not likely.
6 damage to kill him in 1 hit.
Yeah, I will smack it. We'll start with a good old smack.
Okay.
see, what's his defense?
Average.
Average, so and 4 is to hit. Let's see. So I had 2 successes, so 3 damage.
All right, Trackos. If you kill him, we will auto-resolve the rest of this combat.
How lucky are you feeling? Actually, I still have my medal. I haven't used it to up the armor. How lucky are you feeling, Traxos?
Do it, brother. I'm feeling pretty.
All right. Then I'm gonna use I'm gonna let my miracle fall, and I'm going to use. I'm gonna tell you more of the story of how Grimnir broke into 1,000,000 pieces.
Okay.
And we're gonna see if we can do this.
Okay.
2, number 6. Okay, so 1 success, so 1 extra damage.
All right,
that's better than nothing.
Do 1 extra damage this turn. It's your turn.
Yeah, I'm rolling it. So I get 3 successes plus 1 plus 2. So
6 damage.
Yep, 6 damage on the first strike.
That is enough. He has 4
I
health.
was gonna say he's got no armor left.
You cut him down after hewing his armor. And I think with that, you guys will either get this guy to surrender and... I'm sorry?
I can just move and kill him.
Yeah.
So,
that's what you want?
Cinematically cut him down. So he's 4s to hit.
No, he's 3s to hit for you.
Oh.
You're way better.
Oh, I thought they were still hitting at the same things, but that's fine.
Warriors are better.
No, I roll poorly. 3 successes, 5 damage, plus 1, 6 damage. Do I cut him down?
You cut him down.
Yeah.
3 toughness, 2 armor.
And I'm just gonna look at his gun and be like, you should use one of these.
He's asking you for heresy, Braga.
What are you talking about?
You should use one of these, the blunderbusses.
Are you talking to me right now?
Yep. Those things hurt.
I'm gonna kick the stupid gun into the lava.
You do so. You all take a moment to look at the goblins running away. We're slaves who are just running. And you also see that one of the Chaos Jordan are also scattering. Kalara, in theory, you could pursue him while flying, but then you would be getting shot at in return. And I'm not sure you want to risk that in this moment when you could spend it healing instead.
Mm-hmm.
Eventually, you all will follow. John's going to drag your character tokens for a second. You all will catch your bearings, move towards the signal of etheric concentration. But rather than finding any excavation site, you will find a currently unconscious or barely conscious strange form. A creature that is slowly waking up and blinking in the toxic fumes, I suppose. You all look upon the barely living body of what is known as a Seraphon, a lizard man, an agent of order in its purest sense. And as you slap the device one more time, this not being what you are searching for, you will find that it is pointed at this creature. Who we will investigate next time we meet on Sins of Stormfire, Age of Sigmar Soulbound. Guys, thank you so much for joining us today.
Yeah.
That battle went a little bit longer than I intended it to, but I added way more goblins than I should have when I realized you guys were just going loud.
They served to eat up like 2 actions.
It's true.
And killed that one.
Yeah.
I think they were like a net even on the fight, really.
I think that was a net positive because those things are tough.
I think we're gonna have our little vignette now of all the goblins, like, getting back together, chatting in their weird goblin fungoid speak of, like, who the fuck do you think those guys were? And one of them just, like, standing out, clearly being the best of the goblins, having not lifted a finger at all during combat and just, like, got off scot-free, making him the best. Says, I don't know. But boy, am I glad not to be in chains anymore. And then quickly dart off as Skaven begin to pursue them, to put them back into indentured servitude, and or eat and kill them. A cruel, vicious cycle of violence this world is becoming. Rats chasing goblins around, goblins looking for a weapon to turn the tide, as Skaven on goblin violence continues. Much like our story next week.
Yes, yes. I'm looking forward to it.
Okay. Anything anyone wants to say or shout out before we head on out for tonight?
No. You'll see me live at some point today for a longer period of time than that should be necessary. But other than that, no, not a lot.
You're gonna do more
exciting.
World of Tanking?
No, I'm jumping everywhere at the moment, so I actually don't know what I feel like at the moment. I've been doing a lot of Death Stranding, just listening to Hideo Kojima's fucking mindfuckery that makes no sense, and trying to reunite the United States, but he's got this concept that United States is about the size of my actual, like, suburbia life. Like, I walked for, like, all of 2 kilometers, and the next thing you know, and I look, and I'm, like, halfway across America, and I was like, that's definitely not the right aspect ratio right there.
It's fine.
I mean, it's about 2 kilometers from New York to Chicago, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, 10 minutes of walking.
It was only 120 feet to get to the Titan Works, so it seems about right to me.
That's the map scaling. Got it.
Not tomorrow, but Sunday, I'll be on Greg Hansen's channel for our political intrigue D&D campaign, Fellowship of Souls, which is just awesome every week. I love it. I know he... Yes.
I was about to say, tomorrow, not Sunday, I'll be on Greg Hansen's stream with Land Beyond the Mist with a bunch of cool people who happen to all be fathers that play the game.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, I think it's Rumble Roar, Shadow, and Emoji?
Emoji is his character name, but yeah, Vessel.
Vessel, that's right.
Oof.
I know 2 of those other people very well, and I don't know Vessel very well, so... All right. Okay. Anything else?
That's it, fellas. Have a wonderful afternoon, evening, or night, wherever you are. And as always, fuck mornings. God, mornings are awful. Isn't that right?
Babes?
I remembered the phrase, get us out of here, Apollo.